FlexDeploy is a comprehensive and extensible DevOps platform with over 100 plugins and integrations. The plugins provide native integrations with complex systems and technologies and enable configuration rather than scripting. If you need to drop down into scripting or create your own plugins, you can do that too. The plugins provide a comprehensive set of operations which can be utilized within FlexDeploy workflows. For the FlexDeploy Oracle EBS plugin alone, there are over 30 operations. The core build and deploy operations are included, but it extends much further than that. Add EBS and database functions, such as compiling invalid SQL and signing custom jar files. Manage the EBS 12.2 online patching cycles. Apply Oracle patches. Incorporate server management operations to stop, start, or restart EBS server components such as OA Core and Concurrent Manager. These operations can be utilized within the build and deploy workflows to tailor the processes to your requirements. Workflows are created by dragging and dropping workflow and plugin operations from the palette onto the designer. In this deploy workflow, we are utilizing 3 operations from the out-of-the-box Oracle EBS plugin. First, we are deploying the objects from the package to the target EBS environment. This operation has the knowledge to manage the deployment of the many different EBS object types, including SQL, forms, reports, AOL objects, and many more. Next, we have added conditional logic to automatically compile any invalid SQL in the database if SQL files were deployed as part of the deploy step. Finally, we are automatically restarting the OA Core tier if OAF Java components were deployed. The workflows are created for each technology pair and are independent of the project and environment. They are executed in the context of a project and the target environment, meaning they are inherently parameterized to read information from the project and the topology at runtime. In other words, if you have 12 EBS custom tops and 6 EBS environments, you will have just 2 workflows that are shared for all of EBS. It is both very powerful and yet extremely simple for many use cases. If you have very unique use cases, you can include custom logic with as much complexity as required. Utility workflows are executed independent of the build and deploy lifecycle. These are workflows that you simply want to execute on demand or as part of a pipeline. For example, we can create a utility workflow for each of the online patching phases. They can be executed on demand by the DBA from FlexDeploy without having to create SSH sessions to EBS servers across environments. Most customers deploy customizations directly to the Run edition. However, if you are using online patching for customization, you can execute the utilities from the pipeline to streamline the process and remove manual activities. For example, this pipeline is preparing a patch, applying it, and performing the cutover within each stage of the pipeline. The cutover and cleanup is scheduled for off hours. You define the process, and it becomes automated and repeatable. In this video, we learned about the comprehensive features of the Oracle EBS plugin and how workflows can be modeled to implement the build and deploy process. We looked at an example that showcased the capabilities extending beyond the core deployment function. We also reviewed utility workflows and how they can be utilized on demand or within the pipeline. Model your processes, refine them, and reach great heights in your DevOps journey to faster software delivery with less cost and risk. Thanks for watching.